Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey everybody, check this out. If you want to get something from Amazon, go to jmore.com and we get a kickback on the show. That's how we pay for Angie's t-shirt habit. This is from James Francia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, James. JJ, just hit up the Amazon link on your website to buy my smoking hot biologist nerd wife a book called The National Audubon Society Field Guide to the Southwestern States, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, parentheses, Audubon Field Guide. Nerds! And a new iPad case from my sister, whose 3-year-old busted their last iPad. Love to see you next time you're up in the Bay Area. Sometime, since it's only a few minutes away from my house. Keep up the great work and screw anyone who complains about you only having 6 impressions. They are comedy gold. That's from James Francia. Let me tell you something, friends. I don't have only 6 impressions. I have like 7.5. So you could take that right under the arches, people. Go to jmore.com, click the Amazon link, do some shopping. If you're going to Amazon anyway, go to jmore.com, and then we can pay for... I got nothing. Just do it. It'll be good. Clear the cookies, and mostly just enjoy the podcast, and I really enjoy your guys' feedback on Twitter and on iTunes. It means the world to me. I love you, and listen up. This will be good. I promise. With the holidays almost here, you don't have time to go to the post office. Traffic, parking. It'll be packed with everyone mailing holiday gifts and packages, so do what I do. I use Stamps.com. You guys, this is the easiest thing in the world. Get on board. They're a great sponsor. Reward them by using it. I'm telling you, you can avoid the hassle of going to the post office during the holiday season. Everything you can do at the post office, you can do right from your desk. Buy and print official U.S. postage using your own computer and printer. Print postage for any letter or package the instant you need it. Then let your mail person pick it up. It's easy. It's convenient. I use Stamps.com. You should too. Right now, get the special offer when you use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R. It's a no-risk trial plus a $110 bonus offer. That includes a digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Mohr, M-O-H-R. Now, as I'm reading that, Otto, all I can imagine is George telling me to blow everybody in the building because it would take less time.
Well, it's a commercial read. It was good. Good.
You're Otto of Otto and George fame. Maybe George will show up later, but there's more, like, you're more fascinating than, like, an inanimate object. That's got to be hard to be, I guess puppet act is a layman's term.
Well, yeah, a boat act. That's what comedians called me when I started. A prop act, you know, they put me down.
But now you've ascended into like this legendary status. You're like Sasquatch. Like your name comes up. Everyone has an Otto story.
There's more sightings of me. Yeah, I guess so, because, you know, if you're around long enough, they call you a legend, I guess.
No, that's not, no, I think, you know, I don't think it's because you're around a long time. I just think it's what you do is so upper 1% of. First of all, for people listening, at Otto and George, AOTTOGEORGE, at Otto and George, and OttoandGeorge.com. I think what makes you, this will be like the actor studio of Otto Peterson. I think what makes you so separate from the rest of us, and the reason just regular guys... Poverty. Gary Goldman was here a while ago, and he had a lot of poverty stories.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, do I want avocado? Well, you think I got that kind of money?
Really?
But what
Jew
separates
with no money? Weird.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
What separates you from the rest of us is you never wavered. You started like you're the dirtiest guy that probably any of us know. Would you agree? Do you know anyone dirtier than you?
I say fuck. Who doesn't? I mean, the MC says cunt in the first 3 seconds of his show now, so it's good. The shock thing to audiences want that. The question was what?
The question is, do you know of other comics that are dirtier than you?
Yeah, definitely. Bob
Oh.
Levy's way filthier than me. I can't follow him. He's disgusting. Yeah.
Joe DeRosa's joining us too. I almost missed out on you, Buttercup.
I know.
Joe.
Hi, Joe.
How are you, sweetheart?
You look good, Warden from Midnight Express.
You look good too. I gotta say, every time I see you, it puts a smile on my face.
Aw.
Your lovely wife's here. The guys are here. Otto, I love seeing you too, man.
I haven't seen you since Montreal. We were up there with Patrice a few years ago.
Yeah, how great was that?
It was awesome.
The only time I ever did shows with Otto, it was the nasty show in Montreal. It was Patrice, Otto, and George, me, and
Nick
Nick
DiPaolo and some jerk-off Canadian guy that sucked. Yeah. Remember that fucking hick? Yeah, he was horrible.
Yeah, the kid with all the shit in his face.
Yeah, usually Canadian
What's that
comics
mean,
are
shit in his
okay.
face?
Yeah,
A lot of piercings and things.
Yeah,
What
weirdo.
a jerk. Why don't you sit
hillbilly.
closer
All right.
to me? You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was fun watching Patrice eat that Subway sandwich every day in the dressing room. It was like a magic trick. It was there and it was gone. It was just boom.
Like a slide whistle into
Yeah.
his mouth.
Yeah,
Extra
exactly.
meat.
Yeah.
You were doing that bit up there where it was every night in the middle of Otto's set, because we were all downstairs in this green room, so you'd go back and forth, up and down all night, and you'd only catch pieces of everybody's set every night. And a couple times I came up and I caught you as you were reenacting the Kennedy this shooting with the dummy.
That's what his mom calls it. Remember that situation with my son Jack?
Situation.
That's what Sam Giancana calls it.
Hey.
The Kennedy situation.
Yeah.
So he would be reenacting it, and he would do the shots, and he'd flip the dummy forward, and the hair would flip up, and the brains would come out of the dummy.
Yeah.
And then the dummy would always go, "They're shooting, Norton. They're shooting."
Yeah, I turned
They're
into a honeymooner's bit. Yeah.
Put the top up, Norton. They're shooting us.
Yeah.
I saw you do that at Rascals.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest bits
Oh, nice.
I've ever seen, because what's weird about any guy with a figure or a
Yeah.
dummy, we would call
Figure's
it
good.
Okay, any
That-
guy with
that
a
was
figure.
respectful.
See that? My wife taught me that.
Yeah, it's
Any
good.
guy with a figure, what becomes weird with the act is the audience. And I guess that's, if you're good, that's part and parcel for the show, is if you're really good at it, the audience is just staring at your figure.
That's
or
the
for the layman, the
objective,
puppet. So George, and for the listeners, figure means puppet. So I'm going to go back and forth until you get used to it, and I'll just switch over to figure full. Don't explain the whole. All right.
Yeah.
So people are just staring at the puppet the whole show. And then people get irate at what George is saying. And it's the strangest thing in the world that people, I've seen it with my own eyes, I've seen it at Caroline's, I've seen it at the Boston Comedy Club, where audience members get so irate, they begin finger pointing and screaming at the puppet, like calling him a son of a bitch, like, I dare you to come off that stage and say that shit to my face. Like that must fascinate. I guess that's like what you want to have happen, because it means you're that effective of a ventriloquist.
Well, yeah, I mean, walking a few people is important to me, because you're getting rid of the dipshits in the audience that can't take it anyway, don't get it, Comedians just get judged too harshly, They think you mean everything you say, which is completely false. Like, Jack Nicholson doesn't chase people with an axe in real life because, he's in The Shining, but, they think if I say something, I mean it,
Right.
But I don't think they think that you even
does.
say
Yeah, I
I
bet.
don't even think they think you say it. I think they really believe. Like when I watch you, I've seen you probably 40 times. I'm staring at George, and I watch George, and Colin and I have sat here and had this conversation. Joe and I have had this conversation. There's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is you're a bigger deal than you think. Like, you're the guy comics marvel at when you're not, in a good way. Like, when you're not around, we sit around going, how does he do it? Specifically, I'll watch, if you see Otto and George, which you should, but if you're an R-rated, if you tap out at R, you're going to be one of the people he walks, and you're going to be like, I don't get it at all. But if you're the nitty-gritty Opie and Anthony, Ron and Fez crew, get after it and make sure you go see Otto and George. but you, like the dummy will look at somebody in the audience and say like, "Are you Chinese, miss?" And then what Colin and I were like fascinated about was like no one thinks about the math and the work that you have to do, Otto. Like no one realizes
scanning the audience for the
you have to
Chinaman in
you
the
have to
front row.
you have to see the person. And then Colin and I got fascinated with how much time goes by before Otto sees the Chinese lady in the third row, and then that time where the dummy just slowly turns his head over and acts like he recognizes her.
Yeah.
Is it different every night?
Yeah, it's different every night. There's not always a Chinaman available, You have to go to the Puerto Rican or whatever. Yeah, it's different, sure.
But is it right away? I mean, if there is someone in the front row, right when you see them, do you just have the figure look over and start talking to them?
Second.
Or do you know, like, I'm going to save that for later because I'm kind of cooking with
crowd work is weird because it's hard to go back into your act after you get a big laugh from working the crowd. It's almost like you can't follow your own act, and then you have to just stick with crowd work. So I try not to do. But as far as being dirty, I did that just so the comics would put me on early in the showcase clubs in the beginning. I didn't want to wait around till 2 a.m. and go on after Andy Kaufman at the Improv. So if I was dirty and the comics would like me, they'd put me on early. That was the main objective for working dirty.
Did they put you on early because they wanted to watch you?
Yeah, they wanted to see me kill with a packed room. Because I was a street performer, and it just sucked waiting 3 hours to do a set when I can go out on the corner and do 10 shows in an hour.
Your photos on Twitter that you just put up like a month ago were incredible because it's like the 70s.
Yeah.
And you look like freaking Sal from Dog Day Afternoon. You got like a weird hat. You got the long hair and like the hangdog look. And it's funny, like even then, you should check out @Otto and George on Twitter because the photos that Otto shares with you guys, like how often do you see like a photo of someone doing a show from like 75. I mean, it's so incredible. To see New York.
New York was cool then. Times Square was great. 42nd Street was awesome.
Yeah,
double features. Going to the movies, 9 a.m. in the morning, playing hooky. It's great.
When did you start doing ventriloquism? Were you a kid?
Yeah, I'm about 7.
And what was it like? Edgar Bergen? Like what?
Paul Winchell. You ever heard of him?
No.
Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead. He had a TV show. He was great. He did the voice of Scrubbing Bubbles, that TV commercial.
Yeah.
Paul Winchell. What else did he do? The voice of one of the Winnie the Pooh guys. He was great.
Was he Tigger?
He might have been Tigger the Tiger. Yeah.
Yeah, because that guy was.
That's the bubble guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
@Joe DeRosa Comedy.
Yes.
Is that your Twitter address?
Yeah, that is my Twitter.
Remember, they have to put comedy. In your case, they should put comedy in quotes.
Oh, come on.
No, I just had to do something.
I know. Some people have gotten that one a few times.
Jay
now.
Larson Comedy, Joe DeRosa Comedy.
Well, because Joe DeRosa was taken.
Well, go tell the guy to get lost.
There's another Joe DeRosa in comedy or in...
No, just in life.
Oh.
There are many.
Yeah.
There are many. So I had to put... But that was also the name of my website, so I just kept it. Because JoeDeRosa.com was taken for a wedding... Some wedding cocksucker.
Really? So
yeah.
what did you use instead?
A Joe DeRosa Comedy.
Oh, okay.
So then I made it my Twitter handle, so you make it all, it's my email, you make it all universal.
It's like an iCloud for Joe DeRosa.
Yeah, exactly. It's
kind of like, that's the default website. Like if jmohr.com was taken when it's jmohrlive.com. Like Bobby Kelly still, it's Bobby Kelly Live. Bobby Kelly Live. Bobby Kelly Comedy. Jay Larson Comedy.
Yeah, what else do you do?
You get Matt Frost to call some, guy in Chicago sitting in your domain name to knock him loose.
That's right. You
got to get somebody in there to crack heads.
Today, I want to call back to something you were talking about with Otto earlier, when Jay was talking about the dummy.
It's a figure, Joe. That's like the N-word to
Sorry,
them.
I'm sorry.
To them.
The figure having the mind of its own.
Yeah.
Two things about this.
One thing, he doesn't. It's a figure.
Yeah. But the appearance that it does, the funniest thing that I've ever seen you do, for me personally, I mean, that's made me laugh the hardest, and I've told this story a million fucking times, was you were Caroline's, and there's this like 300-pound Italian guy in a sport coat sitting stage right, and you're looking straight ahead talking to the people, and all of a sudden George turns his head and looks down at the Italian guy, and he goes, "Holy shit, what the fuck is the size of that jacket, you fucking zilch?" It was like knives.
I got nothing. Just do it. It'll be good. Clear the cookies. And mostly, just enjoy the podcast. And I really enjoy your guys' feedback on Twitter and on iTunes. It means the world to me. I love you, and listen up. This will be good. I promise. With the holidays almost here, you don't have time to go to the post office. Traffic, parking. It'll be packed with everyone mailing holiday gifts and packages. So do what I do. I use stamps.com. You guys, this is the easiest thing in the world. Get on board. They're a great sponsor. Reward them by using it. I'm telling you, just hit up the Amazon link on your website to buy my smoking hot biologist nerd wife a book called The National Audubon Society Field Guide to the Southwestern States, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, parentheses, Audubon Field Guide. Nerds! And a new iPad case from my sister, whose 3-year-old busted their last iPad. Love to see you next time you're up in the Bay Area. Sometime, since it's only a few minutes away from my house. Keep up the great work. Hey everybody, check this out. If you want to get something from Amazon, go to jmohr.com, and we get a kickback on the show. That's how we pay for Angie's t-shirt habit. This is from James Francia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, James. JJ, and screw anyone who complains about you only having 6 impressions. They are comedy gold. That's from James Francia. Let me tell you something, friends. I don't have only 6 impressions. I have like 7.5. So you could take that right under the arches, people. Go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon link, do some shopping. If you're going to Amazon anyway, go to jmohr.com, and then we can pay for...
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you wanna battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.